We are talking about my weight loss journey, my sugar-free transformation.
Okay.
For, I want to say 12 years.
You've been trying. You've been trying to cut away from sugar, but it was the most difficult thing for you to do.
Yeah. My family has been very instrumental. Every time I've tried, it's like, how many times have you quit and gone back?
Well, you've never really quit.
I've never really quit.
Before. You've never had the intense drive to let it go.
Right, I haven't. I really haven't had that intense drive to let it go. What's happened now is, since last year when Anthony came on board, he has been constantly helping me, hinting at different things for sugar-free. Like, he went sugar-free completely for Lent last year, and that was the starting point. And then I talked to my daughters, and they were like, okay, Dad, you have to do this. And then we said May, and then we said June, and then we said July. Anthony was out for a few weeks in September, and then I was like, to surprise him, I wanted to be like, okay, well, this is how you inspired me. And I told my daughters, and I told Seema, I said, I'm gonna do this. And in mid-September, if you remember, I came in and I started jump roping, and I couldn't even do like 2 minutes without falling out of breath. And you were taking videos every day and sharing them on WhatsApp with Anthony and showing my journey. And I had you and him and Seema and my daughters as my accountability partners. And I think that's really important to say. I didn't realize how addictive sugar was until I started. And I will tell you that the first 12 days were the most difficult for me. They were very, very difficult. They were excruciatingly painful. They were painful emotionally, psychologically. They were painful physically as well. I was literally going back and forth and back and forth. And I was just having a really difficult time and questioning myself if I want to do this and how it's going to happen.
Well, the whole family was in on it because the girls were starting to make sugar-free cakes and cookies for you.
Yeah.
We started doing smoothies, and to eliminate the sugar craving, we did a lot of dates and honey.
Yeah.
Bananas, smoothies with anything that was alternate to sugar.
Yeah.
And it really did help the craving. It helped in just a healthy habit, and this is something that we can keep on doing and keep at it and not miss it for the rest of our life.
Right. Even now, every once in a while, I will have those days where I just don't feel like it.
Sure.
Like, I mean, every 3 weeks now. So we're past 110 days right now. We're almost at 4 months.
We had a cookie last night.
Yeah. We had a cookie, but it was sugar-free.
It was sugar-free, yes.
It was sugar-free.
But it wasn't fulfilling.
It wasn't fulfilling at all. Really, it wasn't. And I didn't want to have another one this morning, which is really great.
But instead, we had like a bowl of sugar-free chocolate chip cookies that were made with sugar-free chocolate chips.
Yeah.
I used coconut sugar instead of brown sugar and white sugar. It was less sweetened. Coconut sugar has less sugar than white sugar and brown sugar.
Yeah.
So you have to use, I guess, a little bit more of it, but even then it's not as strong. So the sugar the sugar was less?
It was less. It's still sugar.
Right.
Okay, so we use it as a cheat. The only thing that I don't use I used honey.
Right.
And the other thing that I didn't do, and by the way, I went from a size 40 to now I'm a size 36.
So Fahim lost some weight, so we gotta do a couple belt sizes smaller, and then we got Seema drilling holes in the belt.
And I'm headed towards 34. That's going to be my wedding weight, TMI, I guess. My wedding weight was 185 and 34 inches, and that was almost 25 years ago. And so I'm super, super elated and thankful to tell you that, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I had the hardest time with willpower in certain areas. And this was the hardest. I've always struggled with weight for the past 15 years, I would say, because of sugar. And, letting go of ice cream completely and desserts completely.
That was the hardest.
That was the hardest.
Ice cream is your Achilles heel.
Yes.
Yeah. Ice cream was,
Yes.
it was,
remember.
remember that?
Yes, you telling me about stories with your dad, and you would get the chocolate sprinkles with the vanilla ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the vanilla Swiss almond, Haagen-Dazs vanilla Swiss almond with chocolate sprinkles was my absolute favorite. It reminds me of my father. It reminds me of memories of my childhood. And letting go of that completely was very, very difficult. But now I feel like I'm on the top of a mountain. It's been so amazing. And I can see myself in a very different place if I didn't do this. I do want to tell you that. Like, I genuinely feel healthier. Genuinely. I feel so much more motivated and interested. Ironically, I am the one who inspires, motivates, uplifts, rejuvenates. I've got my hashtag Fahim Fix for so many other people. But to get myself motivated, it took this. Right. Now, mentally, I'm in a much better place where I can motivate myself in the morning and be like, you know what? you got this. And then everyone else can feed off of that energy. I have more energy to give. And I know a lot of people who are going to be watching this video like, Fahim, how much do you have energy? But it's not that. It's just internally, I feel so much more whole, Teresa. And Seema sees it. You see it every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yep.
Is there something you tell yourself in the morning if you're just like, man, I really wish I could just have whatever?
Yes. And in the past 4 weeks, once a week, I've gone to where I've had one piece of a vanilla chocolate chips ice cream sandwich with one of my daughters, one piece of Hershey's with chocolate with almonds. And I had to let go of it. Like I had a little piece of a donut, I couldn't finish it. I had a little piece of
Yeah, it's come to a point where
it's too sweet for me.
Where you want, even if you want to eat it, you can't eat it.
Yeah.
Because your body, your taste has changed.
It really has.
After this much time, you can't eat it.
Yeah. I have just, I went from 2 to 1 cream in my coffee and just honey. Organic farm honey we get from different people, local honey. Sourced organic, and that's what I have. And I just feel so much more. And I remember in the summertime, and when you were visiting, right before you came on board, Teresa, I could not go through. Seema, remember that? I could not go through a full day of work without feeling lethargic. I used to go at 5 p.m. to
and take a nap
at home and lie down. You know, when the days were long. And lie down on my mother's bed and just like take a nap because I could not get through. Now it's like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then I gotta go to the mall with my daughter to pick up stuff. Okay, I'm on it. Let's get the schedule going. Or I got meetings and then back to back and then ready for the next day. So it's been amazing. And yeah, was it discouraging? And yeah, of course it was.
The initial curve was the hardest.
Yeah.
To get into it and to keep at it and just to be motivated to keep on pushing through the cravings.
Yeah. The final thing I wanted to say was, anyone watching this wanting to start, I would say, number one, I started at the worst possible time because Christmas season is the worst here in terms of being the busiest, and every day 6 people bringing us sweet desserts to eat and gifts. But I was able to do that. Homemade, right? Chocolate chip cookies and treats and brownies and pastries.
It doesn't count.
Right. So, and of course, all of my dear Italian friends, it's so good. No. So, I actually said no to my favorite bakery's cookies, Wall's Bakery in Long Island. My son brought them cookies, and I drove them to the team members, and I didn't have any. Yeah. So, but what I would advise is, number one, accountability partners. If you don't have 2 or 3 people in your network and your family and your friends who are going to hold you accountable. This is for any resolution, any goals. It doesn't matter whether it's New Year's or monthly or weekly. It does not matter. The reason why people can't hold to their goals is they don't have other people around them.
And the most important thing is to have someone in your family.
In your family.
People that you're having meals with.
Yeah. If Seema didn't do this, Seema then started with me. Yeah. If she didn't do this, I wouldn't be able to do it. If the girls weren't holding them up, they wouldn't. No. If Yusuf wasn't making fun of me, I don't think I could do it. And Tala came through. Like, he was sending me recipes. He was making stuff. He made an amazing steak, no bread, all that other stuff. The other thing I did want to say is I didn't go extreme on this. Speaking of bread, I didn't do the full no carbs. I know that Marty did it. I want to start. But I took a large baby step. I didn't take a large adult step.
Right.
I think that really, really helped.
Yeah.
Because my biggest weakness was the dessert. So if your biggest weakness is, if you're a bread person, if you're a bakery person and you want to let go of that, then pick that. Then don't let go of the rice at once. This is what I would advise. Other people I'm not an expert, but I did this. And the other thing is, I was not reactive. I was proactive. So thankfully, I don't have high sugar, but my doctor was like, you know what? You want to go, definitely seek medical attention, medical experts' advice on this. And after you do that, get a regimen from someone who is a diet and health expert and also a certified medical expert on this. But when you do it, be as consistent as possible. So my consistency really was, I think, the game changer. I just was actively, for the first, I think, 40 days, I was like, you know what? 20 days it becomes a habit. Someone said no, 66 days. So I was like, let's do 40 days. Let's do that 6-week thing. So I did it for 6 weeks. And then the other piece of advice I can give you is, don't talk about your transformation until the first 6 weeks. Because everyone is going to give you 3 types of advice, and you're going to come up with 14 people who are going to give you that advice, and it's just not going to be right. So I think the first 6 weeks I was hush-hush, just you and a couple of team members, and Trevor and Johnny and Anthony watching the videos, and then all the people motivating me. Like I'm just, I need words of affirmation to get me pumped. And so all those words of affirmation, like, yeah, you can do this, you got this, every day Teresa's like, Fahim, you got this. And I was out of breath after 3 minutes. Listen, if I can do this, and now, we're walking over 10 miles a week now.
Yeah, every single day. You guys are like, all right, we're going for a daily walk. And we're like, it's freezing, bundle up.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we're at a point that if we don't walk, we feel incomplete.
Right.
We really do.
Right.
We really do. So it's been phenomenal. I can't thank everyone enough. And I've had so many accolades on Facebook and on Instagram and motivational, inspirational messages. So thank you for that. And pay it forward. This is my message. So you go ahead and you do it. Whatever you need to do is your journey. But I would say consistency, clarity, character, and contentment. Those are the 4 C's I'm going to leave you with. And of course, our top 10 points: passion, patience, persistence, politeness, grit, gratitude, generosity, grace, empathy, and collaboration. #gratitude. #go get this. Thank you so much.